Uh,
Bitch, I'm always on those buttons, dude.
I see it. Bacon,
Try to
bacon,
short,
bacon,
try to
bacon.
short space me.
What's the deal, YouTube? We're back with the weekly Big Gamer Small Testicle podcast. Thank you guys for rocking out with us. What do we have to talk about? I seen your video, crap. You were saying that Microsoft was supposed to have a pre E3 thing like they did with the 360 back on MTV or something. You
They
heard?
updated their site. The reveal site.
Okay.
They re-upped their ownership of that site, and there's activity behind the scenes. Like you could tell that there's I guess some things going on there. So
We'd have to
um,
find out real soon, right? I mean, we were talking about this earlier in the week. Like, I mean, we have to know soon. The media needs to know soon. And here's my other question: forget the media and the event and the big tent they got to put up in Redmond. What I think is even more wild is FCC announcements, this and that. People checking on what AMD's doing, NDAs. We haven't heard anything. We haven't really heard anything about 2016 being a big release for anything for Microsoft. How could they have kept this so secret? That's why I'm thinking I'm not sure if this is really going to happen.
Oh no, I mean it's again, like I said, don't have a better guess.
2017, I'm all in. I'm all in on
No,
2017.
like I said, no. Like I said, the Microsoft. I'm sorry, Microsoft, Sony.
the hell is that? Bing.
Oh, sorry, it's my cell phone.
Oh.
Missing me. Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo all use the same chip people, and this major chip, like you said, they have the 10 nanometer chip is coming out for a console in 2017. Now, Nintendo already announced that they're coming out with their console in 2017. So that
Called it.
yeah, and so well, I don't know what happened with them, and I don't know. Nintendo's we can be talking about they're a bunch of fucking, but they're not even going to show the NX at E3, which I think is a big fucking mistake. And just going back to, like I said, what I heard from Microsoft, just to be honest, just common sense again. There's no way in hell that, it's my honest opinion, you guys may feel different, that Microsoft can even try to sell just say a Slim, and for whatever they're going to 300, 250, when your competition has a product that's 3 times the power for $400. Like I'm just being like, you told me you're really gonna get your goddamn teeth kicked in, you know what I mean? And they have what these two things are, I don't know, but they have two SKUs that they're coming out. I remember it was a rumor that came out, I forget the guy's name, and he was right about Fallout, and he had, if you want to call him an insider, he even said in 2014 that Microsoft were discussing releasing multiple SKUs, a low-end Xbox One, a mid-range, and a high-end version. You know what I mean? I think us as gamers and, the consensus that we have to get the whole notion of us having 5-year-long or 6-year-long console life cycles is no more. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen again. I think every 3 years or 2 years you're going to have, it's going to be something new to add on. But it's, there's, I think going forward, this is how it's going to be now on. You know what I mean?
I hope not, but I just.
What is your biggest fear or like?
Well, it's not exactly a fear. It's
Okay.
just the industry as a whole. It would be, I guess, the fear because this isn't cell phones or anything like that. These are and it would actually hurt the industry in the fact that people will want to have the best one, right? But what about in most generations we all end up with all three because the generations last 5-6 years.
Mhm.
This is not going to help that at all. Like me personally, there was like no reason for me to really own a PS4 right now. I bought it for Uncharted 4. I own 8 games. Like when the next generation comes around, I'm not going to even bother getting the secondary console because I know I'm just going to have to buy another one in a couple years anyway.
Listen,
It's the same gaming library though. I'm sorry, get
Let me defend crap. I'm going to defend you because you're always on the attack. I'm going to defend you here. I watched a lot of that Colin Moriarty, and it's funny because what Crap's saying, he's got a legitimate point here because you even got Colin Moriarty, who's the big pony in the room, that constantly is defending what Sony does. And what he said was very similar. Why would PS4 vanilla owners automatically jump to Neo? Now, would they jump to it maybe in a year and a half, 2 years? Possibly. But that's going to hurt Sony. Sony's got 2 different SKUs coming out in the PSVR that they're trying to sell a $400 or $500 item, $600 with the glow sticks and all that other shit. Mm-hmm. And then they got a $500 box in the Neo. So what they're saying to you basically is, hey, everybody, if you want to enjoy these new games, it's $500. If you want to enjoy the new games and PSVR, it's almost $1,000. That's just not an easy sell 2.5 years into this generation. Crap made a point, and it's been resonating with me. I'm not getting a Neo day one at all because, to be honest with you, I can't justify it. If Sony's going to go ahead and make a comment and say we will support every game moving forward has to have a Neo mode and a vanilla PS4 mode,
that's
I'm
what
going
I
to ride
read.
this.
That's what I I'm sorry, that's what I read
No,
in the
right.
email.
That's what I read in
the email.
I'm gonna ride this PS4 out. What I've said last week on BGST, I said on my show and I said on Xbox Nation, and I'll say it again, is that Microsoft was the only one that legitimately, and crap, you have a good counter to this too, but Microsoft's the only company that had a legitimate reason to do an upgrade because of the ridiculousness. Even when you have a stellar game like Quantum Break come out, we have to, instead of listening to how amazing it is or interviewing Sam, instead of listening to Sam Lake explain to us the trials and tribulations they went through, I've got to listen to Digital Foundries, who's a guy who's probably about 600 pounds eating a bag of Funyuns, telling me about how 720p multiplied by 4 divided by 2 and one douchebag at Digital Foundries could ruin something like that, and it hurts sales and it affects Microsoft moving
But you know
forward.
what though, Mooch? Just to be honest with you, this generation, sad to say, it's not about gaming anymore. It's all about power. You know what I mean?
And I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you on that.
Well, that's the agenda. I mean, it'll be about something
But no,
else.
but I'm just saying, perception is everything. Like let's put our bias to the side. Me, you, crap, we are Xbox fans. We bleed green. Am I right or am I wrong? You know what I mean? So, just being honest to us, so a lot of times Microsoft can do no wrong. We all biased to a certain
Not really. I called them out on numerous stuff.
We say that 720p is not a big deal.
It's not to me at all.
But listen, but you would rather this motherfucker should have been 1080p. We shouldn't be having any discussions about resolution whatsoever. You know what I mean? Microsoft gimped out on the hardware to include a peripheral. You know what I mean? And I like the Kinect. I'm a YouTube content provider, creator, whatever the case. So I Twitch and all the other stuff that we do. You know what I mean? And they forced this, which was crazy as hell to me. They forced this peripheral on us without any software to support the thing day one. All they had was the fucking demo from Kinect Sports Rival and slapped the $5 goddamn price stick. You know what I mean?
Fighter within, bro. I was throwing shit down, bro. Day one.
Oh, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, so, when it comes to the thing, I say, it's not a big deal, 900p, but you know what? Xbox fans have headed hard this generation. You understand what I'm saying? We can't enjoy a good game. Goddamn, it's 900p. Like, I'm going to be real. I done heard some of the most craziest fucking resolutions this generation, and I've heard about 792p and 900p. What the fuck is 792p? You know what I mean? So, again, we shouldn't be dealing with this at all, you know what I mean? And Sony played the whole, we got the most powerful console, yada, 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 you know what I mean? It is what it is, and they have the quote-unquote, publicly, they have the better version of the multiplats, you know what I mean? So it really bit Microsoft.
Even when they didn't. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Even if Microsoft comes out with something that's more powerful, and say it's even more powerful than the new iteration of the PlayStation 4, the perception is still going to be PS4 is more powerful. So
not what you got to do. Here's the thing. If Microsoft, that's what I was saying. Me and you were talking about it on Twitter. We can, you were saying that it's always listen. As you said, it would always be something. But once they can at least pull even, when you don't have that risk, that's been the thorn in Microsoft's side this generation. So no one talks about DRM anymore. It's the resolution. The Xbox One is considered to be the inferior console because it's not as powerful as the PlayStation 4. Now, if you bring the Xbox One or whatever it's going to be called up to with the Neo or even past the Neo, now we can know what we can talk about our exclusives. Because like Moose said, the greatest Quantum Break was we liked it, we loved it. The thing was the goddamn game. Everyone talked about it was 720p. Am I right or am I wrong? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was a good game, that it was a great game, or with Halo 5 or whatever. It wasn't the fact that Halo 5 is using a dynamic resolution. It's always been about the resolution.
You guys remember the movie Independence Day? Came out in 1996. And you're sitting there through the whole movie, and you're like, let's just nuke them. The whole movie in the beginning, you're like, throw the nuke at them, throw the nuke at them. Finally, in the middle of the movie, Bill Pullman, who's the president, says, all right, let's nuke them. And you're like, all right, let's get this movie over with. Let's just nuke these fuckers. All right. They nuke them, and everyone's celebrating. Then the fucking cloud goes away, and they're like, we didn't do shit. My point is this. Crap said to me, okay, they'll always find something, and he may be right. But my point is this. Hold it now. I can't use it. You can't let me finish the analogy here. My whole point is that if Microsoft comes out guns blazing, okay, and puts the power in the box, you now have something different in Phil Spencer that you didn't have with Don Matrick. You have a man that's creating game. We're getting 5 to 7 new well, I shouldn't say new IPs, but exclusive IPs to the Microsoft brand, okay, a year with this man, which you did not get with Donnie Matrick. So now if you take care of the actual power issue, then you go ahead and load up with games every year. Here's what I'm saying. That's our nuke. That's the nuke.
That's what I'm saying.
If the smoke blows through, smoke blows through, and we're still getting shit on like Crap said, that's when I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Think about it. Well, what can they shit on us about?
Well, I can tell you, there's plenty to shit on them about. Like, okay, here, I can already see it. It'll be about Metacritic scores on the exclusive. It'll be about having legit exclusives that aren't on PC.
Listen, look at this crap. What has been selling the PlayStation 4? What has been keeping the PlayStation 4 for our software? It's been the multi-platform.
Yeah, it is. But look, nobody. Here's the thing. Here's what Sony's doing that's really smart, right? Instead of coming out with a PS5 or whatever right now or jumping the gun, they're just going to continue to the PS4, which is dominating the industry. So they're just coming out with the 0.5 iteration. The people that already own a PS4 will want to keep playing their PS4 games on the PlayStation 4s. So they'll upgrade to the newer one. They won't care that the next Xbox or 1.5 or whatever is going to be just as powerful or more powerful because they're already integrated with their PS4. They've moved on. I mean, no matter what Microsoft does at this position, like, even if they rename this thing, like, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna do. It's not gonna do very well. People literally hate the fucking box. They hate Xbox. I never seen anything like it. Like, they just hate it.
There is something to be said with what Crap's saying. There is a certain amount of, but listen, what I want to say is this. It's the same thing I said when games went to PC. It's the same thing I say when people make comments about the show. It's just that select few that you're never going to change their minds. But Crap, remember, the only reason PlayStation 4 is doing well is not because of the people that are vocal and say, I hate Xbox. It's because the casuals went over there. What'll happen is, this is a foot in the right direction. Does that mean when the Xbox One dash whatever comes out and it's stronger that it's actually going to kill Sony? No. But what it does is it starts to let the consumer, the casual, know that Microsoft is going in the right direction again with power and games. So, this being said, that's when you start to get the casuals to leak back over for next generation, and that's how you get them back. And Microsoft will never make a power issue again. And Sony will never be able to because Sony doesn't have the money to keep up with them. They just don't.
You know what? You know what? And this being, I mean, I gotta call a spade here. And to be honest, they don't have the money as Microsoft. It's no brainer. But the one thing that Sony is doing, they're tripling down all that they do have in the gaming market. Microsoft is not doing the same thing. They're outspending Microsoft in advertisement, third-party deals. They're outspending. Like, how the fuck? And I said, how the fuck is Sony outspending you? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just thinking about when you.
Yeah, but Zaire, Microsoft is the diner, and you've got a fucking ice cream stand across the street. That's Sony, and they're like, how come that ice cream stand is kicking that diner's ass in ice cream sales? Because Microsoft's got 75,000 other things on the menu that they're dealing with. Sony's kicking their ass in advertising because they're advertising one thing, Uncharted 4. Hey, everybody, what's our meeting about? Uncharted 4. Microsoft's doing Surface products, phones, computers, Office, Project, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on, and Xbox. So my point is it's not that they're outselling them. They only have one product to worry about. You're talking about one concentrated product versus a company that has 75,000 things on the menu. So it's not really fair to say they're out advertising.
What I'm saying, here's the thing.
Microsoft is sponsoring the NFL.
But here's what I'm saying, advertising. When you see a commercial, when you see a movie, when you see someone, you usually see them with the Xbox 360 controller in their hand. No matter what movie you were watching, series, that's not the case anymore.
Still won't be the case no matter what they do with the next.
Listen, I guess, like I said, and maybe you may say I feel different. Once Mike, the only thing, the policies, they're not there anymore. Phil, everyone loves Phil. They got rid of all the draconian, the DRM. None of that shit. It's not happening anymore. People are not fussing about that. They're fussing about resolution. That's about the shit box, the weak box. Come on, we say it enough.
But
That's what they're
even when the
fussing.
games are equal, like they still find
No, but
reasons
here's the
to.
thing. I don't, like I said, I don't know what else you can fuss about. But here's another thing. Like I said, it's not that Mooch was saying, like, how can Microsoft do this? Like, in the day, I mean, they knew, not saying, Konami and Ubisoft, all of them said that this was going to be a very short generation before these consoles even came out. Why? Because they were so far behind the curve. You know what I mean? What happened last year was very unhealthy. Why? Because actually that held back gaming. You know what I mean? That really held shit back. You know what I mean? And even with these new iterations of these consoles, every 3 years, you can,
I hope they just come out and say we fucked up. We're not going to do this again. This is just.
But here's the thing. I like that. There's nothing wrong with options. If you don't want to buy it, you don't have to.
I get that, but at the same time, I get that, but at the same time, I mean, it does create a class war and an arms race. It does a lot of different things. It also is going to give an advantage to whoever has, the one thing that I've liked about static boxes are when you play competitively, everybody's on the same field. This makes that not the case anymore. So I think that
gamers have always been a very selfish hobby. And everyone that plays a fighter.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, one of the reasons, yeah, but that's a very little problem that I don't really worry about. You know what I mean?
Too, it comes along, that and like I said, with gaming, that's not going to be the case anymore.
Yeah, well, they take away all the legit reasons that I'm a fan of console gaming.
Oh, but no, you know why we're a fan of? Because when we put our game, we don't have to go to a Russian site to get a patch to run this file to really get the game.
Not yet, I understand that, but
that's why I'm a fan of console gaming.
We're at the point where they're like, couldn't even give you 3 lousy years with a console you spend $400 or $500 on. And to be honest with you, the graphics hasn't been the issue this generation. It's the shit games that have been the issue. You know what I mean? It's the lack of games, the shit games, the fucking indie games. You know what I mean? That's the problem.
You know why? Because the big thing, there's been a lot of cross-developing. You know what I mean? We did when we got the 360.
That'll continue. That'll continue. They're going to have to make games for 4 fucking consoles now. 5 with the NX. Yeah, they're going to have to do that, man. They're going to have to do PS4, PS4.5, Xbox One, Xbox 1.5, NX.
Look like this. It's not even that they have to like this. Like I said before, when the game developers make games for PC, they just make one.
Yeah, but it's not that cut and dry on this though. I've already talked to a couple of developers.
I have also.
It's not as cut and dry as that. It actually takes more resources.
Here's the thing. Again, on PC crap, you have 1,000 different iterations. You can have 62 gigs of RAM. You can have 19 gigs of RAM. But here, Microsoft has 2 SKUs. You have a low-end model. You have a high-end model. Look what they're doing with their new
and eventually they're gonna be like you're not gonna come out with new stuff if everything's running fine on your old stuff. So the people with the older model or somebody that maybe has saved up for 2 years to get their Xbox One or the PS4, they're gonna get the version of the game that runs 15 frames per second, and the developer's just not gonna give a shit. I mean, this is stuff that's gonna happen.
No. According to the email, they have to listen. The developers bullshit. You need Sony. Sony's the fucking Microsoft's doing the same kind of thing also. You know what I mean? And it's like I said, it's not that hard. You play games at low setting. Someone's playing another game at max settings. Like that's not even the issue. Like I said, according to the email I had, if every game that comes out from March on have to have a base mode and a Neo mode. You know what I mean? To take advantage, it has to be higher resolution. Well, not even higher resolution. It has to be a higher frame rate and a higher graphic fidelity. Like I said, it's like playing the game at low settings on the PC and once playing it at ultra settings.
Yeah, but then again, that's like the whole online thing. I mean, it's like, to me, that's like the biggest thing. It's like you're gonna you're paying for an advantage to online. You know what I mean? And that's
if that's important to you, then those things are then get the new console.
I am not paying for other companies' fuck ups.
But why is it? I mean, I don't really look at it as what you can win. I don't really look at it as a fuck up. I just look at it as the industry is moving forward. Like this being real, like us keeping a static box for 5 years, that holds things back. You understand what I mean? Like, technology is forever moving. You think about when the PS3 and the 360 came out, they had the top of the line GPUs and CPUs. That shit would never happen again. because it's what 9, 10 years. Well, the 360 came out in 2005. That should have never happened again. You know what I
I'm
mean?
not looking for that. I just think that when people buy these things, they usually expect them to last 5 years.
Your
And the
console,
fact,
your console's not obsolete, crap, though.
well, it is. I mean, when you're
It's
playing,
a transition. Crap, we're in a transition right
if
now.
you're,
I know
the industry's not in a good place right now. To be
Right.
springing this on people, I think is kind of foolish. And we'll see how it pans out. I personally, I have no interest in doing, and not only that, it puts you off on getting the next
I'm just thinking about
console.
who would want to buy this thing. It's 3 times as for $400. That's a lot of
I just
mustard, bro.
spent that much on there, and the games are the
And
exact
you had your
same.
console. I mean, and again, you had your console for how long? I'm not, like I said, I don't look at it. I'm not bitching. No, it's not. I spent $5 grand on this $400 fucking dollars. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not comparing my financials with someone else. It's, I mean, it's like $400 fucking dollars. It's straight goddamn. If you want the new one, now I can see if they say, you know what, if you want to play this new God of War, you got to get this new system. You may have bought your console.
If they did that, then that would be a reason to get it. But if there's no exclusive content, then
no, I'm just saying I can see if they did that, then then it'd be an issue. Then fine, then I can see people bitching about it.
Here, I'm going to be honest with you, right? And it's not a money thing. It's just, can I enjoy my games thing, right? Had Rise and Forza 5 and Dead Rising 3 and Killer Instinct been on the 360, I would not have bought an Xbox One at launch. I wouldn't have done it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about just being able to experience the games. I'm not worried about some prettier graphics or anything like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
I think what you got to understand is you're actually saying the answer, but you're only saying it.
That's the reason why we upgrade better looking games and stuff.
They're not.
No,
listen,
to play the games that I couldn't play.
Sony and Microsoft are not making money on hardware, so they're going to come out with a new piece of hardware. Okay, they're not going to make a ton of them. If you want to buy it, you buy it. Crap, the difference between 360 and now and what's moving forward is every game you own on a new system will still play on it.
That's the beautiful
it's
thing.
not like 360 where you're like, well, do I stay or do I go now? You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to do that dance.
Yeah, I get it. I don't plan on buying any kind of new.
You don't have to.
For a long time.
I'm not going to be buying new hardware on Sony's end for a very long time. On Microsoft's end, I'm a little bit more interested. I'd like to see what they have. But I mean, in all honesty, you don't have to make that.
God.
Well, I would like to see that. I would like to see if they have something more in the pan. But
just like I said, you know what? Like the graphics haven't been the problem for me this generation.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything. Did I just go out, or did everyone went out? I'm sorry, I didn't hear nothing.
Just you, I guess, because
I guess.
I was here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
But anyway, like I was saying, real quick, Mooch is like for me, this generation doesn't really need. I mean, I'm looking at the games and I'm playing. Man, I just beat the Walking Dead Michonne series or whatever. Yeah. I'm thinking that's not going to get any improvement. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the games that I play, even though I do worry about the online stuff, a lot of the stuff I play is 60 frames. So I mean, I guess again, that's not really an issue. So I'm not really seeing any benefit to it, especially when I know in 2 years there'll be full generation leaps with like the actual 4K Blu-ray in it, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like this.
Check it out, then. Look at this. Think about it just like this crap. You know what I mean? This is what the casual. You know what I mean? We want. Most people, like I said, buy new consoles, the newer consoles for better graphics, right? That's the 9 times out of 10 you buy.
Well, I buy them because they have games that aren't on the old one.
Okay, but whatever the case, the other console's not powerful enough to run these new games. Well, either way, you say tomato, I say tomato. But listen, I say that to say this again. One of the best looking games this generation has probably been Rise, Son of Rome, right?
Yes.
Or the Order 1886. Whether you say they were fun or not, we're just talking about far as visuals, right? Yeah. And you look at it like this, and we're talking about, I'm saying this is going to be a huge success. The Rise, Son of Rome, regardless, like I said, resolution does not determine better graphics. And with Rise was 900p, 800p, whatever the case may be. And they were able to make a game like Rise with the Xbox One head, which has 1.3 teraflops. You know what I mean? Computing power, 1.3 teraflops. All right. Now, the Order 1886, or I don't know what would be the best looking game on the PlayStation 4. Whatever, just save us the Order 1886, all right? And they was able to achieve that with 1.8, teraflops, right? Now you come with this motherfucker here. The PlayStation 4 Neo is 4 teraflops plus. That's for $400. Could you imagine what games are going to look like in Neo mode? It's going to be fucking, beautiful. Like, and going forward, Sony, all they're going to show when they show you these games, these trailers, they're going to be running in Neo mode. And you
that's
know what?
fine. You know, we
look like that right there. And
that's fine. We've been getting fooled by these companies for years anyway. We've been seeing PC versions. So to me, what's gonna outside of first party stuff? What are they going to show off in Neo mode that's going to look so great? Because, but look, Call of Duty, I mean, that's not really the most impressive. Yeah, but what? I mean, what is actually going to like look that much better? I mean, we're already see game. I'm used to seeing games. Hey, no, just listen. I'm just trying to explain. Listen, when we see trailers, right? We see the PC versions, right? We always do. Right, so there's nothing really going to change as far as that. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think PC get that graphically crap?
No, I think that some games will slightly, but I think for the most part, we're still going to see games running on PCs at E3 and things like that.
But we're talking about 4 teraflops plus. We're talking about which is equivalent
to. Did you listen? I don't know if you listened to Crossfire when we had Bites of Chicken on. He was like, "This isn't really a big deal." He says it's not like what people think.
And no disrespect to Jay, my man. I'm no disrespect. I'm not, like I told you guys, I met somebody that works at a pretty big third multiplex. This 4 teraflops, we're talking about essentially a 970, a GTX 9 in a closed environment. It's not the same thing as being on a PC because PC you got to run Windows and you got a whole bunch of other things. So while console are able to muster up so much power, they can get everything there because it don't need the same resources as a gaming rig. You understand me? So we're talking about something essentially is a 970.
But it's still running the same games. I mean, it's not running anything exclusive.
That's not the issue. In a closed environment, that is a huge deal. Like I say, if you was able to achieve Rise, and that looked great with 1.3 teraflop, we're talking about 4 teraflop plus. And that's,
I understand. I mean, I saw Rise.
Sony's going to give you this powerful hardware and not take advantage of it. Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, no, but listen, it's just the games all have to run on the regular PS4 as well.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I think at the end of the day, you're going to see like minimal. You're going to see a lot of the stuff that's not really going to look that much better. You know how like when we see sometimes like what was it, Rise of the Tomb Raider? They showed off screenshots on like a beefed up PC versus the Xbox One version, and the Xbox One version held up and looked damn near at just the same.
Why are PC guys always bitching at console guys?
Because they're losers that have no lives, and they said, I don't know.
Because consoles hold back PCs. You know what I mean? They're not able to really go out there and max it out because they had to make it work on this. They have to shoehorn it on this here console. So, you know what I mean? It's not that the PC version can't look much better, because trust me, it can. So we talking, you may have a 980. That's like 10 Xbox Ones in your goddamn rig. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, like, this generation, like, coming out with the ultimate, I was already kind of disappointed with this generation. Yeah. But the ultimate kind of failure is the fact that they got to come out with new hardware 3 years into it. Like, to me, that's like...
Hey, crap, you my brother. You know I love you to death. You know what? I don't know what's options. Like, to me, like
it's a failure, man. I mean, look at this. As big as a failure as the Wii U was, that motherfucker is basically lasting its 5 years, right? As big of a
but crap, holding on to a wound before you bleed out isn't exactly like living, okay? So yeah, Wii U's hanging around. Great. My point is this: so 2017 is when the NX is coming out.
And I don't think it's about
I have a feeling in my heart that the Neo's coming out in 2017 and Microsoft's 2017. So they're going to get a 4-year run here, crap.
I know for a fact that they're going to start in North America this year with the PS 4.5 or whatever it is. Like, I know it's going to go into. It's not going to be in the UK or Japan or Europe or anything, but it's going to start.
You want to talk about dismal sales? This is where I agree more with crap than Z. Z, if that Neo launches in October. In this country only, okay? First of all, the PS4 is only beating the Xbox One by what, 1.4 million in the United States? You're not going to get a lot of people to jump ship into the Neo. Not when they know that first of all, there's no games coming out this fall.
You're
Neo,
right. I mean, look,
PS Vanilla, it don't matter. There's no games. So why are you going to run it? I told you, remember last week, Z? I go, Z, you got your money, you went to the store, you grabbed the box, you plugged it in, you set it up, and I go, now what do you do? And
you do have a few huge games. You got Battlefield, you have Duty, you have...
Yeah, but those games aren't going to be using Neo.
Every game.
Not this year. Nope.
According to the email that I read, every game that comes out after October have to have a base mode.
When did Sony turn into?
Hey, I can tell you this right now. I saw Call of Duty running on the beefiest rigs ever, and it still looked like shit.
Yeah. Honest to God, Z. Listen, there's no. When did Sony turn into Vito Corleone? They're not sitting there with a gun to these guys' heads and being like, "Hey, you got your."
I think
do it. No,
what we're thinking is that Sony just sprung this on them. This has been in this is not business work. This has been in the works for a while. Like they're on. I mean. Just being honest.
Well, Nintendo's has been in the works for a while too, and now they just.
And the reason why the NX is launching in March is because they ran into some snags internally. That wasn't done by choice. They're not even showing the NX at E3, which is they're only fucking showing Zelda. We talk about a fucking clusterfuck. That's not done by choice. Like I said, we got to get out of the mind frame to think that console generations are going to last 5 years. That's not going to be the case anymore. You know what I mean? I just look at it. I think it's a great thing. No longer will my games get old. No longer will my controllers get old. Like Phil said, once a new system comes out, you wrap that one up, you put your games away. We can enjoy the same gaming library moving forward. But don't get it misconstrued.
If they would have just done backwards compatibility, you could have still fucking done that from the start.
It's two different. You're talking about the Xbox One is x86 and the
so big deal. They're gonna their next
360 is done like on emulator. They're doing some software and to get it to
that stupid UWP shit. But like at the end of the day,
I was talking about Forest. I'm sorry, I was talking about Forest 360.
Oh, okay, but at the end of the day, so what? They're just going to do x86 next gen so they can just do backwards compatibility, which is realistically they should have just been x86 the whole time since it's always been a fucking PC company. The first one was x86, so then they go away from that for the second one for the 360. It made no sense. You know what I mean? So that was their fuck up to begin with, and then another fuck up. So now basally they're just saying, "Oh,
no, you know what? I won't even say that they went away. You got to think about it like this, crap. Like I said before. You're looking at from the way PC gaming is now in XE. PC gaming wasn't like that years in 2005. We're talking about Lord dots on the, you know what I mean? And like I said, the 360 had the top of the line GPUs and stuff, and the PS3. So that was the, as far as the tech wise, that was the standard. I mean, for PC to come up and meet. You know what I mean? It's not like that anymore. So of course now they stay with x86 because PCs, they got cell phones now, mobile, that's more powerful than the goddamn 360. That's how far technology has come. You know what I mean? Could you imagine that in 2005 to have a fucking BlackBerry that's more powerful than a 360 or something shit like that? We couldn't fathom shit like that, you know what I mean? But
I look at it a little bit different than crap. I do agree with what he's saying is you can't have a new piece of hardware come out every 2.5 years. You'll start to lose the console faithful. But if you listen to what Microsoft wants to do, and I have to see how they're going to do it. It's not going to be like the old Sega thing where you snap the thing on top with a 64-pin connector. It's not like that anymore, crap. What Microsoft's trying to do is they're going to come out with their next mega beast, whatever you want to call it, okay, Ultra, and then that system every 2.5 to 3 years, maybe 4 years, will get a $100 upgrade, which will completely make it so that you don't have to change the box. I know. I'm not saying
make it even more PC-like. It's like, what the hell's the point at that point?
The point again is that
going to the PC thing because crap. Listen, we've all had the opportunity for the past 2.5 years. The media has only been up the PC's ass for 2.5 years. We've all had the opportunity to order our parts. We have a lot of friends like Zaire. I know a lot of people that have PC rigs that can play games. They still console game. Even Dealer, who's on Zaire's show all the time. He was on Xbox Nation. Dealer has a rig that he just bought and built. You know what he said? I have a 90,000 gamer score. He's not going anywhere. My point is that we all have the opportunity to. I am an Apple fan, right? I can go buy the Samsung Galaxy, who knows what the fuck number they're on now, but I choose not to because I don't like it. I don't want a PC to play games on. So what I'm saying to you, crap, is you could say it's like this. It's like, remember I told you? I talked all you guys off the goddamn bridge. I was the only one that said it doesn't matter if the games
I understand that, but listen,
it didn't matter.
They're making it more, it makes it more and more complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not that complicated, crap. It's really not.
I get it, but it's like to me, PC or consoles, you buy your thing, you were good for 5 years, you put your game in, you play.
I know, but and don't get me wrong, that's how we both grew up. But it's gonna change now. That doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, like I said, I'm all for technology. But even with crap, even if you're able to upgrade, it's still not like PCs because when you put your game in. You're plug and play. It's guaranteed to
Wait,
work. It's not guaranteed on PC.
Hey, hold on a second.
Yes.
Crap, what if I told you in the next year a device was coming out that you can put a disc into your Xbox One, and all of a sudden you could put codes in it, and then your games would alter and you could cheat off of it? What would you say? Would you say that was crazy? Because in 1989, the Game Genie came out, and we loved it, right? Because you go and you had infinite lives and this and that and blah, 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 and your Super Mario stayed super all the time. You could fly through all the boards. You would have thought if that was now, that's cheating and stupid. Why would the consoles agree to this? Why would they let third party? Things happen. Things happen, and they don't necessarily affect the ripple of time that you think it's going to change. Everything's going to be all right as long as they know how to balance the ecosystem. And you've got both companies doing it. I think everything's going to be just fine. It's just different. It doesn't mean it's bad.
I mean, look, we'll have to see how it goes. I personally don't have a lot of faith in it. I think that they're going to get some backlash because it's very polarizing. People
that's
don't,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Look, the person that just saved up to buy theirs and then gets aren't in the know like us, you know what I mean, might get pissed off that they spent, basically.
I'm gonna say it's just because he's pissed off. What? So what? I got your money already. What the fuck are you gonna do? Send a bomb to fucking Seattle?
Well, no, you don't fucking. Then you know what I'm saying. Like what I'm gonna do, right?
I'm gonna stop gaming.
There is absolutely yeah. You could instead of supporting all of them one generation, you only support one, and that's actually what's going to happen.
They're all doing it.
I understand, and that's even less reason to support all of these things, especially at launch. Like I tried to get them all at launch to support the companies in the industry, and this leaves it no use. Because look, by the time here's the thing. Like I got the Xbox 360 at launch, the Wii, and the PS3. But the PS3 I didn't really get into that until probably after 2008. You know what I'm saying? So So it usually takes a few years, but because I was so hardcore on my 360. You know what I mean? And it's like the same way. So like for me personally, there would be less reason the true next generation, not the stopgap generation. The true next generation, there's going to be even less reason for me to go out and buy the new PlayStation or whatever, because I know I'm not even going to get around to playing anything on it for years anyway, and by the time that's up, they're going to come out with the other iteration.
Here's the thing, though. Crap, let's be real here. We got to call a spade a spade. The reason why if you buy the reason why you buy a next generation is because it's more powerful. Am I right or am I wrong? Whether you said this 0.5, which is because this is
it's to play the games that you can't.
That's why and you said like I said, there's no pushback. If you bought the goddamn console, like I said, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna stop gaming. The reason why we buy, whether it's Nintendo, whether it's Microsoft or whatever, they all share the same multi-plat. We buy, that's because you prefer those exclusives. You know what I mean? I'm an Xbox gamer, more or less. You know what I mean? But I have a PlayStation 4. It's not for my multi-plat. It's for the God of Wars or whatever that Sony makes. That
3 years in and none. So
yeah, that I can't get on the Xbox. That's the reason why I buy X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what anybody. I don't think even if you say these upgrades, not like PC, because I said when you put your game in, it's going to work. PC, like I said before, my rate came in the mail. I went to those summer Steam sales, spent about $60, got about 150 games, and some of them, 20 of them just didn't work. I kept getting the blue screen to death. That's what separates PC gaming from console gaming. That's not going to change. You know what I mean? Because games are better optimized on console than PCs. I had to go to some Russian site and translate it to English and patch that. I don't want to deal with that shit. That's why I prefer consoles.
But they're making the Xbox in particular more PC-like anyway. It's basically going to be...
Not about the upgrades. It's the fact I don't have to go to a site and patch a game. That's the difference.
I understand that, but with the Microsoft stuff, you don't have to do that. Everything's done right there. You know what I mean? I don't know how Steam is because I've never used it, but on the Microsoft stuff,
you buy a game out of the Steam store. You know what I mean? You expect for it to work. My problem, Dirt 3. I went to boot the thing up. This shit kept crashing, and like I said, Steam doesn't even have a customer support. I had to Google some shit. That's what separates console gaming from PC. It's not about the add-ons or I'm not afraid of technology. I embrace it. I like tech. I like the new cutting bleeding edge thing. I guess I would say I'm a faggot that loves gadgets. I'm all about that shit right there. You know what I mean?
I always just
yeah. I'm not afraid of technology. Moving forward, you know what I mean? And like I said, that's not going to change. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people prefer consoles over PCs because
That's fine.
again,
You know what? Look, we'll have to see how it goes. I'm not running out to do.
well, that's
to
cool.
do
And you know
anything
what, crap?
crazy,
And that's
man.
your
Like,
God-given right as an American. That's the beautiful
yeah.
thing, and you can still have fun and play what you want to play. That's why I don't understand why there's a pushback from anyone. Because if you don't want to buy the PS4 or the Xbox One, we can still have fun and play the same games.
Well, again, we'll just have to wait and see how they handle the online portion of this. Like,
Yeah.
if they totally just give the advantage in like frames per second to one, then I think that'd be a problem. But
So,
I
you
mean,
know,
Crap,
like,
you know what?
let's-
Even if they do, if you want the best, if you don't want to be put at a disadvantage,
Sweet.
buy
come
the
on, man.
new goddamn console.
Let's
I'm not
let's
paying no
backtrack.
$800, $900, $1,000 for fucking 2 consoles in 5 years just to
Okay,
do
now
that,
you
dude.
got,
That's
hey, crap, you
man.
you squeeze a motherfucking eagle quarter to the eagle screen. God damn.
Hell yeah, dude! I ain't gonna fuck. You know what? You know what? The only console that I was gonna buy this year, which I don't have to now, was the NX. You know, and I'll get that next month.
How do you feel about that? As far as Nintendo?
You know what? What I heard was that the yields got fucked up or something like.
Yeah, it was something internal. It wasn't the plan. Something internally. They're not even showing the motherfucking E3. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm sure they'll still show it this year, but it is weird that they're not showing.
they said it in. I'm sorry. March. I'm sorry, 2017. But the only game that they're gonna have is Zelda on the
And it's
show.
not even an NX. It's not even an NX version. It's the Wii U version.
But what type of clusterfuckers did we talk about Nintendo? I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I said, Nintendo's been in business for over 100 years. You know, they can't afford to shoot another goddamn fucking airball from the foul line. They can't. The game is on the line. They're not even. That's one of the things I hate about Nintendo. Like, you have to compete. You have to go out there and lobby against for our dollars, and they're not even doing that. They're just going to see, you know what, the kiddies are going to buy Mario, and that's not working anymore. Multiplats far outsell goddamn exclusives. It's the fucking fact. You know what I mean? You need more than Mario. You need more than Dunk Hunt and Zelda. And it seems like Nintendo still don't fucking realize it. By them not going to fucking E3, it's going to be, or showing that whatever the fuck, because you know what? Maybe someone may only have $400 or $500. But here you got Sony and Microsoft showing up their new shit, and you got this, and it's still a big fucking mystery. We don't know what the fuck it is. So you may have lost a potential sale. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's...
Here's the way, and maybe I look at things the wrong way, but whenever we talk about Nintendo, if I say, all right, so Zaire, who's the number, who do you think is the best hamburger chain, hamburger food chain that's not the best tasting, who's the biggest?
McDonald's.
Okay, crap, who do you think's the biggest?
McDonald's.
Okay, we would have also accepted Burger King. My point is, Wendy's is still open.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is that Nintendo conversation of when's it going to come out? What games are they going to do? What's going to happen? Third party or not? Is it going to have a funky controller? No, it ain't. Maybe it's going to have a visual. Maybe it's not. It don't matter. Nintendo floats. They're always going to be number 3. And people are like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. No, you can really say that. But that's not necessarily a negative. Maybe they're happy in that spot. They're making money. They're going to make money on the NX. They're going to make money. They even made money. The Wii U, I don't even think it was up. I think maybe they broke even.
They lost. I was looking at their reports. PlayStation, the marketplace store, made more than Nintendo when it's over for the fucking fiat. This money people spend on the fucking marketplace with Sony than actually Nintendo made with selling their consoles and their fucking game. That's a fucking problem. You got a console out there that doesn't have any fucking... I don't even think it's 60 goddamn games on the Wii U. It's been out for fucking 4 years. You need more than exclusives to sell.
There's almost 500 games.
For the Wii U?
Yeah.
Where? They don't have 500 exclusives. They definitely got 500 money.
Not exclusives, but I mean they do have. That's what I read from that Z Huge guy, man. Something like 500, almost 500 retail games.
Listen, we see the list of the games going to come out every year for the Wii U. Unless some shit's don't come out here in the
Those
States.
numbers that come out, and I'm not calling Z Huge. I'm not saying he's wrong. But I walk into GameStop all the time, and I don't ever see anywhere.
Oh, you won't? Yeah, you know what? I don't think that means that you're gonna find that many. But I mean,
I'm this shit right now. Ain't no goddamn fun and goddamn games in the Wii U.
Man, damn near.
They don't get multiplats. They don't have fun and fucking exclusives. You know what I mean? The last multi-plat that the Wii U had was what? Splinter Cell, Blacklist, or whatever the fuck that was? Like, I'm just... Call of Duty?
They get other stuff. They get, like, Lego multi-plats.
Okay. Lego, and I'm just saying that those would come out twice a year. I ain't going with them finding fucking games. The Xbox One and the fucking PS4 don't have fucking 500 games. And they launched a year before. I ain't
Well,
going.
the PS4 has 400 retail.
Yeah, exactly. And they get games every. And I mean, the hell, hold on, let me go. How many? Let me go over this shit.
Okay, here it is on Wikipedia. It says as of April 24, 2016, there are 727 games on the Wii U, exclusive 234, 151 at retail, 83 download only, console exclusive 166.
Okay, yeah, 151.
Multi-platform.
151 retail.
No, 151 exclusive retail. Yeah. And then 309 multi-platform, 184 retail, and 124 download only.
Wait, so they got 184. So they got
overall, there's 724
retail.
Yeah, 180 exclusive games.
Are you talking about digital shit?
Well, no. Retail would be boxed games, and then here's the thing: 234
exclusives on the Wii U.
Yes, 151 at retail, and 83 download only. So that equals 234. That's quite a bit. Yeah. I mean, they might not be.
They must only release in Japan. They can't come out here in the States because like Dragon Quest and all that shit. I know a couple games like that released over in Japan. They don't come out here in the States. Like ain't no fucking 884 exclusives come up in the States. I got bored of fucking Wii U. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like you know what I mean? I'm in the loop. I mean, look, I don't know. Paper Mario. What's the? No, I'm like, I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm just saying, but what's the last exclusive that you know for the Wii? Was Paper Mario?
No, Star Fox just came out. It beat.
Okay, well, Star Fox. I'm sorry.
It beat Quantum Break.
Star Fox. You have Splatoon. You had Star Fox, Splatoon, and then.
You don't know that. According to Crap, Connect 4 just beat Quantum Break.
Dude, I'm telling you, Ratchet and Clank came out just last week or whatever it was.
Let's stop the bullshit with Ratchet and Clank, by the way, okay? It's a glorified remaster.
Hey, I agree. I think it's a good game. It is a good game, but...
It's a good game.
It has Quantum Break.
So is Halo the Master Chief Collection, Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like, look, this is...
It's a big install base.
They don't do no. They starved them. It's the first game to come out that worked because Street Fighter V doesn't. We can't count that game because it was broken. It's still broken. They just had giving it away for 80% off sale on PlayStation Store. So this is the first game to come out since Bloodborne, and it's a remaster. Come on, people, wake up. Let's stop the bullshit. Stop the praising. Praising a false prophet.
It was. You know what? Here's the thing, right? They did a brilliant thing, and I said this in my review of the game.
What?
Insomniac Games milked the fuck out of Ratchet and Clank last generation. I didn't even know where to jump in, so I didn't bother jumping in last generation. There was 7 fucking releases of Ratchet and Clank on the PS3, and everybody talks about milk shit on Xbox, right? But 7 fucking games, including a 3-game package that I'm counting as one that was HD remakes, right? 7 fucking games, 9 if you count those individually, but 7, right? So nobody knew where the fuck to jump in. The last one sold like shit on PS3, right? So they did something quite brilliant, which was remade the game, the first one, and kind of reintroduced everybody, right? And they made it look like a Pixar game.
I mean, you like the game?
I think it's fucking phenomenal. It's great.
I'm just not into platformers. I don't think.
Well, you know what? It's not even really that much of a It was so light on plat. No, it's like a shooter almost, like third person.
I know, goddamn shooter crap.
Dude, I'm telling you, play the fucking game. There's I know there's very little platforming in there. Very little.
But I mean, I'm just not into. You know what? Well, okay, maybe. I mean, when I say platform, I'm talking about as far as.
Tell me this.
I'm talking about like kitty.
What was the difference between Ratchet and Clank that you just played and Knack?
Yeah,
I can tell you this. Oh, I can tell you.
You hit the enemy. A bunch of little parts came out. You scooped them up. You got stronger. I can tell you. Repeat the cycle.
Hold on.
Over.
Like Leah, but Ratchet and Clank has heart. It has a funny story, good characters. The enemies just. I mean, like fucking. There's a static fucking camera on Knack. That's the big thing. Knack was just shitty because it was doing shit. It was a game that came out at a launch of a new console, and it was using a static fucking camera.
All right, mechanics aside, crap. Because I mean, we could sit here and bash God of War if you want to make fun of camera angles.
I do. I make fun of that's the one thing I fucking hate about God of War. That goddamn camera angle.
I don't know. I'm just not into the
hey, you know what I'm saying? They were really smart about how they did it. But the state of the fucking fact is this: Ratchet and Clank, a $40 remake of the original on the PS2, is the best game on the PS4. That should fucking tell you all you need to know about the goddamn PS4.
That's all sad.
You know what? Crap. I'm just being honest. Again,
Yes.
I'm gonna play
Bad console.
the good cop, bad cop. It's the multi-plats that have kept the PlayStation 4 afloat. You know, if they had to depend only on the exclusive, it'd be like the Wii U. Like you get exclusive few and far between, but you get exclusive multiplats every Tuesday.
Yeah, they're still gonna again. See, this is how that narrative changes. This is why I say it doesn't matter what the Xbox does, right? Because last gen, what was it all about? It was about it was like about power. Then it was about exclusives, right? And then this generation is the power, then exclusives don't matter. It's the multiplats. So it'll just be whatever. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah, again, look, you got people in there. Xbox has no 90 Metacritic rated games. This is the kind of shit you'll see.
I don't
kind of fucking retarded.
Who cares?
I don't care. But I don't
Look
think
at all the people that are in the chat that actually make fun of Xbox. They either have an anime, a Japanese picture.
Oh, I get it. They're fucking weird.
Or their names are all like Humiji-san.
Oh, dude, how many times were we called dude bro? Xbox fans are all dude bros. All we do is like shooters, right? That's all we do is like shooters. We're all dude bros. We play all these. We're casuals because we play nothing but Call of Duty.
Now the casuals are over there and they're defending them.
Exactly.
No, but not even so much that. And this is the truth. We're not saying Microsoft has to fix the power perception because I don't the games that are exclusive to the PlayStation. I don't care for those type of games. They what's this we were just talking about? Ratchet. I don't really care for it. I bought it. It's not. I don't like Bloodborne and I don't like Persona. I don't like those type of games. I'm fine with my dude bro type games. But the issue again, you can say what you want about our exclusives. They can talk about our exclusives, and we're going to talk about their exclusives. Okay, but we share the same multiplats. If Microsoft can come even or surpass them with the multiplats, they got a different fucking ball game.
Hey, can we talk about something good about Xbox for a second? How about that Gears trailer that's at like 15 million? It beat out the fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. It beat out the Uncharted 4 trailer.
Game, though.
It's huge. I mean, you called it next gen, and you said that you think that Gears is going to be big. A big thing now, and you're right. I mean, this game is going to be huge.
That's going to be Microsoft's new Halo. It is.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm surprised by it. Like that fucking trailer was awesome. It they did everything they need to be. They're spending money for the advertising.
That's a console seller.
Yeah,
Microsoft,
absolutely.
If you're listening, I know you are. Someone's still listening. Do not release that on Windows. Not that I have a problem with it coming to Windows 10. I don't. But do not release that day and date on
doubt it. Just you know why and this makes sense to me because the PC crowd Windows 10 just got Gears Ultimate this year a couple months ago, so I don't see them getting 2 multiplayer Gears games within 6 months.
I think when it comes to Microsoft, bro, I don't know which way.
I mean, hey, you know what it is. But if they're gonna release any more of this shit on Windows, at least make sure it works. Because you're not doing yourself any favor.
I mean, like games are. I mean, I don't give a fuck. There are people, I guess, that been up with Microsoft, which, releasing they were going to be better. Optimized for PC. Like it's so many goddamn variables. It is what it is, man. Like they should wait and fully take a team and get the PC shit down, but give us console shit first. Because we're the ones that are going out there getting in line midnight. You know what I mean? Like they have to cater back to the Xbox crowd, you know what I mean? And I know, like I said, there are a few but as far as the PC thing, but they have to cater more to us, you know what I mean? Like, we don't give a fuck about that Windows 10 stuff. Microsoft has to me, cater more back to us or pander more to us.
They don't really realize that most gamers don't. Like, I didn't even realize how bad this was until everybody was trying to give me their fucking Windows 10 version of Quantum Break. I had 50 to 75 people trying to give me that shit, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just like, I don't want it. It's like, it's toilet paper to me. You know what I mean? If it was in fucking paper form, it'd be toilet. Like, I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I have right now, I could go on the Windows Store and download Killer Instinct. Right? I'm not going to. My fucking PC beats the shit out of both the Xbox One and PS4 combined. You know what I mean? But I'm still not going to play that shit. I'm not a PC guy.
I was going to see how, because that is a nice looking game. Mooch, you still haven't got the Killer Instinct, have you?
No, I'm gonna wait.
It's
Once
the
once the
game.
season 1, 2, 3 all comes down to
You know, it's fun.
I don't
though.
play
It's
fighters,
fun.
but I want to have the collection.
It's
You know what?
60
It's not
bucks for
hard
all
either.
of them. Yeah.
Mooch, when I say it's not hard because I'm a fucking button masher, so I don't know what the fuck I be doing, but it's not hard to pull up some cool shit and Killer Instinct. So
Hey,
you
you know
feel
they
like you're
have
doing
that
something.
new mode. They have that new thing where it strings
Assist.
together the combos for you,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. So you're fucking have fun. You go in and kick some ass when you fucking know
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
It's a
yeah,
fun fucking game.
it is like that's why I love it,
And
man.
the
It's like
achievements are
it's
easy
fun.
to get. Like you're
Yeah,
fucking
they
have a
are.
blast. With
Hey, you should get it, Mooch, and then we'll stream you and me. We'll just we'll play it and
I'm definitely
Hey,
gonna.
Mooch, leave a comment now, Mooch.
Pick it up.
You hear me? Leave
What's
a
that?
comment. Leave a comment now, so I can see your name.
Where's it at?
Just in the chat. Just leave a comment now.
Oh, okay, got you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Crap, you leaving my comment too, so I can make whatever. Okay.
But yeah, so I think that's awesome. Like that really like 15 million fucking views. That's fantastic.
The game is going to do well, but like I
yeah.
said, they don't need it. I promise you, if they release it on Windows 10, day and date is going to be a fucking big public fucking backlash again. I bet you.
Yeah, but people are always going to have that perception that it's going to release on Windows 10 anyway. So
See, this we come to the mindset again, and you say it don't matter. I'm still from. You have to have some things. Because you're still in the business of selling hardware, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have something. You got to have that carrot over here, you know, to say, you know what? Because buy our fucking console. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said to you guys before, most people combination of generation is the PS4 and the PC. The reason why you don't get the Xbox because they feel so. Even before this Windows 10 thing came about, they feel they can get 99.9% of Microsoft's exclusives on PC, so you don't need to buy that. But they buy the PlayStation 4 for the God of Wars, and Microsoft have to change that perception. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they have to do something. I don't know. The Microsoft, they're all about a dollar. They want their software to as many platforms as possible. I get it, but like you said, you still probably are hurting your hardware. So look, a prime example. Look how they were talking about the cloud at launch. The cloud. Then
they dropped that shit.
Yeah, no. Then they come out and say the cloud's for everyone. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? But like I said, but we get Crackdown coming out. Are you guys excited for that?
I am actually looking forward to that to see how it. Who the hell is Chicken Spaghetti and why are they a moderator in the chat?
They are.
Yeah.
You put Chicken Spaghetti as the moderator. Yeah, you gotta take him off.
Yeah,
hold
on.
Yeah, Chicken Spaghetti instead of Mooch.
Wait,
That's fucking hilarious.
How the fuck do I take it off? I was meant to do. You were moving too fast. I meant to do crap and hit him. Hold on 1 second.
You did do crap. You didn't get me.
Mazio, dude, you guys are so idiotic to think that the whole thing with me and Phil Spencer, again, I've gone over this a million times, had nothing to do with the game going to PC. I don't care. I wish they put the shit on Steam so it would actually sell instead of putting it on the Windows 10 store where nobody's going to buy this shit. Right? I cared that they waited till 4.5 weeks to announce it so people would be buying Xbox Ones for this game if they were a PC gamer, and they didn't need to. That was my whole point. It had nothing to fucking do with it going to PC. I don't give a shit at all. So, yeah, that at the end of the day, that's basically what I feel about that, and yeah, so I think that fucking sucks. Oh, something I'm very excited about, Call of Duty.
Yes.
I
see you talking about it. What is it about?
Call of Duty. Okay, this is all right. Infinity Ward. They're only Infinity Ward name only right now, but they did Call of Duty 4, my all-time favorite Call of Duty.
Okay.
That was the one that came out in 2007. Basically, got Call of Duty to where it is today, the best one. That leaked that's going to be part of this new Infinite Warfare thing. You get the $80 version or whatever, and you get Call of Duty 4 Remaster with 10 multiplayer maps. But it also leaked on Amazon that they're doing a collection of the Modern Warfare trilogy. So it'll be interesting to see how they do this. For me personally, all the Call of Duties this generation have been really bad. So I
don't like Call of Duty. I just they need to change that goddamn engine.
Well, I mean, they're not going to, but
Oh, they got to. Like, I mean, the reason why they keep it because they still got to put it on the PS3 and the 360. That's why I'm not with it. Like, they're using the same with the 2006 Quake engine. Like, they need to change.
I mean,
that.
they updated it and stuff. I mean, if
They
you go
need to
back,
change.
well, when you go back and look at Call of Duty 4, right? Because I played them on the 360 last week. I took out all my Call of Duties to play them, and I was playing them. Call of Duty 4 looks the worst. That's basically the Quake engine with they just slap like a military kind of thing over it, right? You can tell. But that's the one that worked the best, right? That's the one where the hit detection was really good, the movements were really good, and things like that. Then when I played Modern Warfare 2, it looks much better. And then when you play Modern Warfare 3, that looks even better, but that's where some of the movements and the hit detection start taking a hit. You know what I mean?
Because
So
they probably because they added other things to the game. Like to me, like for a game to evolve or to move forward, like you got to move forward with technology. Like you got these big ass guns, you shooting shit up, and shit's still standing there. Like god damn, give me, you know what I mean? Like come on, like they got to change that goddamn engine. Like come on. Like to be honest, what engine are they using for Titanfall? To me, Titanfall shits on fucking Call of Duty.
they are using that old ass Source engine, I think.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that like Titanfall was running on the goddamn Source engine. That's why people were like, "Why can't that game be 1080?" Not that I ever cared, but because that game's gorgeous. You ever go back and play that game recently?
What game is that?
Titanfall. It looks fucking amazing, and it runs amazing. You know what I mean?
It's, you know, I'm not too big on the shooters, but it's a well balanced game. Like I'm very interested in what they're gonna do with Titanfall 2.
Hey, I do want to say one thing though, even though I'm not like, because this is what I'm tired of. I'm tired of the Call of Duty games are going real futuristic, right? With like fucking jetpacks and exoskeletons and all this weird shit, right? So this new one's like Infinite Warfare, and apparently has to do with like space and really futuristic. But their marketing is fucking genius, right? What they do, they drop these little like transmissions from these people talking and stuff like we are your enemies, and then they got a Facebook bot. You fucking talk to the Facebook bot and they talk back to you, you know what I mean? They're like, give us the code, and they say your name and shit, and they're like, you know, it's really interactive. Like it's on point with the fucking marketing. I think it's genius. But the only way I'm gonna get Infinite Warfare is if that's the only way to get Call of Duty 4 remastered. So
crap, you say it every year about Call of Duty. You buy that bitch every year.
Motherfucker, I know it, right?
You say that shit every year. I'm not going to Call of Duty.
Yeah, but look, I've been honest about this, right? Like I was hoping that Black Ops 3 would have been good, but it was so bad. They only sold it on me because it had it's totally different. If it was the same game as Black Ops 1, I would have been happy. But Black Ops 1 compared to 3 is completely different. Black Ops 3 with fucking jump packs. And like, that's not Call of Duty to me. It's like boots on the ground, no jump packs, small size maps, not these fucking... It's 6-on-6. So you don't need these fucking giant maps. I don't understand it.
There's a clusterfuck coming up this fall, right? You've got Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, then you got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, then you've got Battlefield 5, then you got Titanfall 2.
5 probably coming out.
Gears of War.
Gears of War. I mean, that's a lot of multiplayer. And listen, a lot of people like to dedicate time and rank up, level up, prestige, whatever you want to call it.
What else you got coming? You got Doom also. Is Doom coming out this year or next year?
Yeah, it's coming out this month in a week or so.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck that. I'm sorry. Yeah, but it's a lot of shooters this holiday season. You know what I mean? Shooters. You got. I think Battlefield. I think Battlefield's going back to like World War II.
World War One or World War II. Oh my God, I might actually play it if it's World War II.
I don't like the old ass guns. If they put Battlefield in third person and give me an option, I'll be all over fucking Battlefield.
I don't
like Star Wars.
Battlefield, but I'd be willing to give it a shot if they went back.
I can't get with them old ass salt shooters. Fuck that. Give me some futuristic guns or whatever the case may be. I just suck at first person, man. It make me dizzy after a while. You know what I mean? Like if I can play in third person, I'm all about it. Like I'm gonna really try to get good at Gears. I'm gonna give it a shot. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna dedicate it. You know what I mean? Plus you got so many goddamn games. You can't just play. Too many games coming out. You try to get at one and this one.
That's what I'm saying. There's just so much coming out at once. That's what they do now. Now everything's clustered together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like route and then bang.
Like what's going to be your, like, you know me, I'm a big NBA 2K guy. That's my cup of coffee. That's my game of spades. What's going to be your guys, go-to game this, when we're all this.
Well, if Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare really is a thing. That'll be it, man. I'll be on that nonstop.
Call of Duty, oh my God.
I'm too good at that game not to, dude.
What about you, Mooch?
Man, I'll tell you, you're talking just multiplayer only?
No, just whatever's going to be your,
I mean, the go-to game. You're saying go-to game, man. I would probably be Titanfall 2.
You know what? I'll probably be on there too.
I mean, I would say this. And here's the thing, crap. I'm gonna use the word nostalgia again. I think we're all falling for it. Me too. Okay, you're not guilty alone. When you go play Modern Warfare 4, when you play COD 4 again, I think you're gonna be like, this is a lot of fun. You're gonna have fun for a week. But even if they spruce up the graphics a little, it's gonna feel old, and I don't know if you're gonna want to play that.
No, dude, I
really
just hopped on Call of Duty 4 and it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, listen, Craft is fucking.
Yeah, but you hopped. Yeah, but since you said that, you've said that now for a few days. You haven't hopped back on.
Oh well, no, I haven't. I've been really busy, but I do actually plan. I was trying to get because it's difficult to get people to hop in there with me. Like I was trying to get my brother and some of my friends to hop in there, but they're not really eager.
Yeah,
well, you're gonna have the same hard time, I think, after the first week and a half that comes out, because like again, you have Titanfall 2, you have Battlefield 5.
35
Mafia. You guys forgot about Mafia. Shout out to my man.
October though.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm talking about holiday games. What I'm talking about.
You know what? Ideally, I wish they would do the Modern Warfare releases, the remasters or whatever, this summer. That way, it'll give me something to do this summer because you know what, I'm gonna be playing Gears 4 a lot too. You know, we're all
that's what I'm saying. Like we got Gears 4. What else is Microsoft releasing this holiday season? Is Recore coming this year? Or is that being pushed back? We got Forza Horizon 3. Forget about that.
Yeah, that'll be a good one, man. That'll be one. You guys buy the new 1.5, you'll probably get that in 60 frames per second.
Fucking ass clown.
Not me though. I'll be stuck in meager, poor 30.
No, come on, Crap. You're a YouTube content creator, bro. You gotta get this. You gotta keep up with the times, man.
No, man. Hey, look, if YouTube people that like my content, which I doubt is very many, they want to buy me one, sure, go ahead.
I'm saying, man. I'm gonna be there. I'm all about. I like graphics. I'm a graphics whore. I like graphics. I like new stuff, shiny things, man. That's just me. I gotta have it. Now I'm not gonna buy if it's just a slim or nothing. I'm not buying no goddamn slim. Same shit in that,
I mean, but it's funny. Some people say, I really do think Recore, if it comes out, that's the game I'm the most looking forward to. I would say, just because right now it's an enigma. We don't know what the hell it actually is. But if it's this third-person shooter with the capabilities of grabbing those orbs and each one can power up a different unit or this and that, and that's got potential. That's a long-lasting. It almost sounds very Metroid-ish, And I mean, that's something they can do.
That's what Microsoft needs, variety.
That's what they want. They want something that they can rebrand. Have Halo, Gears, Recore. I mean, things like you can just plug into place.
Quantum Break.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question. Do you think did Quantum Break make a big enough dent to
Quantum Break was #1 on Amazon in the UK for about 3 or 4 weeks. So listen, we could say what we want. It was like #1 here for a week.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a new IP. New IPs aren't supposed to come out the gate and sell 2-3 million copies. You know what I mean? They just don't do that out the gate.
You know what? We talked about this. Stop, baby. We talked about this a year ago, maybe about a year ago. I remember asking you guys, and you was like, "Man, I don't think Quantum Break is gonna be that big of a deal." Remember we talked about it here on the show? And I'm like, "Shit."
My game of the year.
I was looking forward to Quantum Break. Like, this is what Microsoft needs, a new IP. But did you think did it do what it's supposed to do? Are we gonna get a Quantum Break 2?
Let's put it this way. My opinion is this: you'll either get a Quantum Break 2 or an Alan Wake 2.
I heard they've been working on Alan Wake for a little bit.
I heard it's supposed to be episodic or something.
Yeah, that's what I heard from one person. That doesn't mean that that's true.
I don't have a problem with that. But I have yet to play my Hitman. I forgot I fucking got the goddamn game because I bought it because it's a cool statue, the collector's edition, and I forgot that I didn't fucking have Hitman. How was it, Crap? I seen you review it.
Hitman? You know what? I really like it. You know what the problem is? Like the second episode is out now, but when I first got the first episode, right? It just starts to get good because they train you the first little bit, and then it just starts to get good, and then that's the fucking end of it, right? So now the other episode comes. That's like they leave you wanting more. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's like when you jump back into it, like when I jump back into the second episode, I fucking forgot how to play. So it's like you go through the whole learning process again. You know what I mean? So that kind of sucks. But it is a good looking game and it's fun. You know what I mean? I think it's.
Do you think they may have hurt the sales by releasing it that way? Because a lot of people forgot about Hitman, to be honest with you.
I don't know, but it's like it'll be interesting to see. I think that people might pick it up because they like the episodic stuff does well for certain things. You know what I mean? Like like those Telltale games and stuff. Yeah, it does really well.
Yeah, speaking of that crap, I gotta say, I did pick up the Wolf Among Us on Games with Gold, and I am actually enjoying that.
I told you that one was one of the best ones. You would probably like Tales from the Borderlands. It's funny as hell, dude. It's hilarious.
I'm enjoying it. I'm playing it with me and the wife are kind of just like, I was like, you know what? Like while we're waiting in between like shows or something like that, I'm like, let's just try this out. I actually thought it was quite interesting. I mean, I'm not very far into it. I'm maybe only an hour in, but it's held my attention. I'm not saying it's better than The Walking Dead Telltale, but the first couple of episodes of The Walking Dead were so slow.
You know what? That got Game of the Year or some shit, didn't it?
It won Game of the Year. Yeah, Game of the Year this year is going to go to Uncharted 4, I bet. But, did you see some?
What else did we get? What else did we get this year?
We're getting what on Xbox? We're getting Halo Wars 2.
You think Uncharted beat out Dragon Soul? What's called that shit? Everyone's talking about that.
Oh yeah.
Dragon what?
You know what's the game?
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls, I'm sorry, yeah, Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's gonna be
dude, I'm telling you, they already locked that shit in. I don't know if anybody's been trying to.
That good, man.
Did you see it? Like, people are trying to spoil it. What the funny thing is Sony fanboys are trying to spoil the game for people, right? Like, I don't understand the logic behind that.
Yeah, I've just ignored. I block anything because listen. You can go back to countless BGSTs or my show. It doesn't matter. I'm an Uncharted fan.
Yes,
now, I'm on record also saying I don't think this one is going to keep up with the others, but
I don't think so either.
I just don't. I'm sorry, just because you have glossy mud and a shiny rope.
That doesn't too much shit going on.
Yeah, there's this.
But if the leak,
I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, if the leak is accurate or whatever, because I saw the spoiler or whatever, I'm not. But if it is, people are gonna be like, the reviewers are gonna be like, oh man, it's so great, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like I can already see that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna happen, and they're just gonna probably end up doing that. I don't know. You know what? I would say that Uncharted is a lock for Game of the Year, even without having played it. Just be based on, how Metal Gear won a lot of Game of the Year.
But you got to be honest, though, crap. This is what I'm saying, and I always give you a little shit for it. But I mean, it's not just you; it's the media that does it every day.
But
you are. When you just say comments like you've been saying that on 3 or 4 shows a week for the past 3 weeks. Like everyone just keeps listening. Like I said, if you wake up every morning tomorrow and you say I'm 6'5", and you say that for the next 10 years, when some asshole actually asks you, before you actually say I'm 5'10", you'll be like, I'm 6 foot. I'm 5'10", because you will talk yourself into it. The media has people tranced. That's why people pay so much money for marketing and commercials, because they beat it into your head. People have been saying that Uncharted 4 is Game of the Year back in 2013. We saw a still frame.
I'm a big Uncharted fan.
So
listen, I'm not saying I think that. I'm hoping that it's not.
I'm giving it years.
I'm thinking, Gear. Well, who knows? Gears will have too much A button. But I think that, look, there's a chance Red Dead Redemption comes out this year. That could be a real candidate too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It could just definitely be. It could be just about anything. I would love to say Gears could be it, but for some reason, this generation has not been kind. Look, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider didn't even get a Game of the Year nod at anything last year, right? That tells you what's up.
But you know what? I just thought about this. Could you imagine? Because Sony's getting Tomb Raider this year, and they're gonna be bragging and boasting about that bitch being in fucking Neo mode. My God, my God, my God! And Digital Foundry is gonna fucking take the regular Xbox One version and fucking compare it to the fucking Neo mode. I guarantee you. Watch that shit there, man.
What's that?
That Digital Foundry is gonna pull their same shit. They're gonna take Tomb Raider on running on the new PlayStation 4, the Neo mode, and compare it to the Xbox One version. I guarantee the regular Xbox. I guarantee you.
They probably will. I mean, they showed a beefed up PC running against the Xbox One version.
I guarantee you. Speaking of which, well, because we don't have much time because Game of Thrones is about to come on. People get the hell out of here. Shout out to Dave and Roscoe. They said they're loving the fucking show. Everyone's hitting me up on Facebook. It's a good show. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, we're not all robots. We all have a difference of a fucking opinion on the show. But even with the game BGST, or you want to talk
Oh yeah.
Like,
So
a little bit, but we can't say. Yeah.
yeah. So if you guys might know, the guy who created Gear Gauntlet, which just released on Xbox One, it's a fun little like puzzle kind of weird like game, your little gear, and anyways, it's pretty fun. Indie developer. Well, he's going to be the guy that's creating the BGST game, which is going to be, I'm not sure what is it going to look like. It's going to be like a actual newer type looking game, like a beat 'em up game.
Yeah, I guess that's what. Can we even say that? Yeah, but yeah, I guess yeah. But
yeah, I mean, who knows? Yeah, it could be anything. It could be a beat 'em up game.
It could be fucking like Tetris, and it could be a fucking block.
But I can say that there are going to be BGST characters in it that are.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, and also, too, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the process. We talked about we're going to get a site, a BGST website where all our shows. Maybe we're going to looking to have, each one of us, me, Pratt, Mooch, whatever we do, you can get on this site, reviews, and have a forum post. You guys can go in there, pop your shit. And have fun.
This guy Top Gunner, Gear Gauntlet is a timed exclusive. What an idiot!
Oh shit.
Well, no shit, because we know it's going to other platforms.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
It's on Steam. The developer. Yeah.
It's on Steam. It's been on Steam for a while.
It's just an arcade game. Come on.
Yeah, it's been on Steam for a while.
Look, listen, an exclusive doesn't have. No, it's not exclusive to Xbox. I mean, he made it on. It's just that you got to understand how these small devs work. Just like No Man's Sky is going to come to Xbox eventually too.
Yep. There's an article out today saying it's.
Yeah, I mean, look, these small developers, right? They don't have the ability to work on multiple versions. Same thing with soccer cars. The reason why that went to Xbox last was because they only could work on one at a time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
I'm sorry.
That's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fucking big deal.
But that's let you know how sorry this generation is. People are fucking bragging about fucking indie games. Like, Jesus Christ. Indies are indies. Triple A's are triple A's, man. God damn. Besides that BGST game is going to be fucking...
It is, but
quadruple A game. I'm sorry.
But what's really cool is we're going to have to probably go to you guys to do a Kickstarter, but we will have some cool, like, things that you'll get for...
for those who donate the most, I'm going to come to your house, date your grandmother, take her out, all types.
You're going to crush up some oxys and snort them with them.
Yeah, man. Right off your granny's tits.
Yep, sniff them. Yeah, I mean that's who else is going to do that? You know what I mean? Nobody else but BGST go and sniff oxys.
Yeah, but look at us, man. People call us all, but we get our own little fucking game. Like someone cares about us, Jesus, and thanks to you guys that really rock out with us, man.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Hey, guess what? It's not going to be exclusive to Xbox. It'll be on PlayStation 4 as well.
What about that?
Yeah. So even you haters will be able to do some stuff, and there'll be cool prizes and stuff like if you back it. I mean, it isn't something like Shenmue where we need $40 million. You know what I mean? But actually, what we're working on.
Fuck that. They're gonna bring me on stage in E3. Everywhere I go, people ask me about BGST.
That's great.
But we have some artwork to hopefully share with you guys soon, and get this stuff started. We're all very excited about it, and hopefully you guys are too. Yeah, I'm fucking thrilled about it. I think it's awesome, like to have a video game.
I queened out. I think I queened out. I told my grandmother she shed a tear. I told her was your grandson going to be in a video game? I told her not a loser. What, Granny? Grandma? Wow, come on, BG. You never heard of BGST? Come on.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but like I said, shout out to the 394 people that rocked out with us live. I promise you guys next week we got a little pressed for time here. We're gonna start doing the callbacks and stuff like that, and have a bucket out with you guys more, interact with you guys more like we used to do. I promise. And we're gonna start doing some more giveaways. And like I said, we're working on this site. We're gonna get that up and running, and BGST is doing big things, man. No longer will we be the laughing stock of the YouTube community. How you like those apples, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bang, bang.
Oh, when were we the laughing stock? I think we're one of the few people that...
No, it's about that $12,000 PC, bitch.
Do people still talk about that?
Yeah, you racist bastard. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I did hear somebody say something about stealing footage or something in there. So.
That's Amiziago and his He can't. Well, he can't spell, so I'm shocked you actually even be able to read what he
We're
said.
gonna start that Kickstarter for BGST. I don't think he has a PlayStation 4 yet. He's waiting for that Neo. He said, "I was smart. I'm gonna get that Neo." But me, Ziago, that's the most dedicated fanboy in the world, man.
Yeah,
He don't even have one.
No.
No, he don't. He's just a troll. So it's all
Oh,
good.
don't feed the troll.
Yes,
Feed the
man.
troll. Feed the troll.
Hey, don't
Hey,
feed.
do you guys want to answer a few questions? We got
We got 8:45. We
Yeah,
can do two questions.
do a couple questions.
yeah.
Right.
Let's see what's going on. Why don't you motherfuckers ask some decent questions in there instead of
Because
arguing
Game of
back and
Thrones are
forth.
coming on. My wife is giving me the evil look. So what we get two good ones in here.
Okay, let's see. It usually takes a second because we're a little bit ahead of where the actual stream is. They're saying I morph into the albino rhino.
Oh shit.
Um,
Is LeBron surpassing Michael Jordan? What the fuck? Mooch ain't no fucking Uncharted fan.
why does Xbox One suck so much? I don't know. Why do you think it sucks so much? That's what I want to know.
Again, that's a good question. Why do you think it sucks so much? That's a good question for you. If you can answer it back, I would love to hear your reason why you think the Xbox One sucks.
Yeah, what's the deal? Like, why do you think the Xbox One sucks?
Yeah, why? Like, what's your thing against a piece of plastic or a company that has games, great online exclusives, has more AAA exclusives than the PlayStation 4? You know, it is what it is. But
why would you buy a 900p game over a 1080p game? Because that stuff doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I got to get an answer for him. First of all, no one has a 900p television. Secondly, the Xbox One has a better upscaler than the PlayStation 4. They handle 2.0. You know what I mean? Just to be honest. And third, if games looked better on my PlayStation 4 graphically, I would buy them. And there's no difference, to be honest with you. You know, and the Xbox Live trumps PSN any day. So
yeah, I'm not. To me, like it doesn't matter. I remember when I reviewed Batman: Arkham Knight, and people are like,
100p, 800p.
and people were like, "Why are you playing it on Xbox One?" No, they were literally freaking out.
You know, ask that guy. The same guy that asked that question right there. I guess he's more of a Sony dude. So why did you buy the majority of your multi-platform on the PlayStation 3 when they were, you know, a less resolution than 360 version last generation? Then like,
because they didn't care about that last gen.
Yeah. Like, I think that's the craziest shit in the world. Again, console gamers, and I'm not just saying because Microsoft is, you know, has the you know, has getting the shit in the stick, but console gamers are arguing about resolution, and that's, it is, and fuck it, the Xbox One controller is better than the PlayStation controller. Fact. Hey, like my boy Iron Wolf said, that's the facts.
Hashtag facts.
Yeah, facts.
One guy wrote, "Hey Mooch, when are you gonna play Ratchet and Clank?" Never, fucker.
Oh, I don't. I bought it.
I don't want to
really
play. Listen, here's the thing. I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like people are like, "Oh my god, it's so great! It's so great!" What? I've watched the video on it. I watched a couple of reviews. I've watched about a Let's Play or two. It's knack with a better. I'll give crap the credit. It's knack with a better camera angle. Like I don't what. And the only reason it's doing well is anybody in the chat that happens to be a PS4 guy or whatever. You've just been starved. You haven't had a game since March of 2015. So yeah, enjoy your cartoon, guys. That was really great. I bet you got, if you even have a job, you couldn't wait to leave work, get home, and pop in a cartoon. That was awesome.
Chad Man said, "No way is the Xbox controller better than the PlayStation 4 controller."
Not only is it much better, but it's more sturdy as well.
Okay, I got a good question. We can probably close it with this. Shout out to my man Joseph that beats on the Xbox versus Ponies and Xbox Beastfire. He said, "How much more powerful, Moose, do you think the Xbox One Gen 2 will be than the regular set Xbox? Do you think it'll be a substantial jump, 3 or 4 times? What do you think?"
Probably on par with whatever the Neo is, I would guess.
You don't think it's going to pass? You think they're going to go even Stevens? You don't think they're trying to surpass it? Went up it a little bit?
I don't know. Probably not. I would just assume that it would probably be either on par. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. What if it's weaker than the fucking Neo again? Like, what? Listen, would you fucking throw your hands up at that point?
To me, it doesn't matter because the perception is there anyway. But
I'm just saying that no, it doesn't matter. I'm still an Xbox dude. But if they do the same shit again, like, what do you think, Mooch? You think they do the same shit again?
What's that? I'm sorry, I was too busy talking.
No. I'm sorry. The guy Joseph asked you. He said, how much more powerful do you think the Xbox One Gen 2 will be?
Let's put it this way: it's hard to actually talk numbers. I mean, it's they're saying that it could be, right now these ones are what, like the Neo is projected to be at like 4 T-flops. It'll be well over that. I mean,
Also, okay, so here's the question. This is my question to you. All right, so you think, what if Microsoft puts out the Xbox One second generation and it's weaker than the Neo? What the fuck would you say to Booch? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you doing this shit again? Like, what would you say? Like, what would be the public consensus? Like, damn, if they put out the Xbox second generation, whatever it's going to be called, and it's weaker than the Neo, like.
Well, there's no way that's crazy. That's like almost saying like if we wake up tomorrow and it's Tuesday, like that's not gonna happen. But if it was to happen, then somebody's head's got to roll at Microsoft. Somebody's gonna get fired. I mean, because they're not paying attention to what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, realistically, it's just not an option. I'll tell you this much: Microsoft they have to do this. They have to come out and they have to be stronger, faster, more powerful than the PS4 in anything. PS4, PS5 doesn't matter. If they don't learn that lesson now, then they are completely okay with
their modern day age Nintendo.
Yeah, then they're just literally flat out. They're just exactly. I was gonna say they're Nintendo 2.0. That's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna close the show with that. My wife is having my dinner. I have pig feet hair, red black. I got pig feet and pig knuckles on my. I don't know what the fuck this is here, but I think enjoy my chitlins.
Can I just say something bad about Microsoft real quick? Fuck
yes.
They raised that motherfucker back up to $349 today.
Didn't I tell you they would? Southbound said there's no way they do that shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on down there at Microsoft, but yeah,
That is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
How much is the PlayStation 4? Is it $350 also?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told you they were gonna raise it back up. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe they said they're using a little bit of money to pay for this next generation of whatever this Xbox generation. I don't know. Like I said, some of the things, the business decisions Microsoft made this generation, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But we're out of here. We catch you guys on the Xbox Nation and Xbox
Crossfire on Fridays,
Crossfire.
Xbox Nation on Wednesdays.
Yeah, Xbox Nation's on Fridays, Crossfire's on Jesus Christ.
Crossfire's on
Wednesdays. Crossfire's on Fridays. Tomorrow, tune in 7 p.m. The Xbox versus Ponies, and Tuesdays we do the Xbox Peace Fire, also at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for rocking out. We out of here. Bang bang.